Yeah, I first started filming skateboarding when I was 15, and before that I had a teacher actually at school. I told the teacher I was skateboarding and he gave me his own like 35mm camera to take photos with, and then I just wanted a video camera because photos are cool, but I wanted to actually see and record things happening rather than like capturing moments, and I still do that like 20 years later. That's fucking cool. I bought my first camera, and my mum bought it for me because I was a kid. I didn't have enough money for a camera, so she bought me a video camera. It's like some Hitachi, like high-8 thing. The quality sucks and it's just not designed to film skateboarding, but I didn't know at the time. It had a flip-out screen, and I was like, that's all I need. I need to be able to see it and have the camera low. So that seemed like the right thing, and I still have that camera. I still have that, and then now I use a red cinema camera. Yeah, I first made a skate film probably after about 4 or 5 years of skateboarding. So there was a few people that had video cameras, and everyone was kind of filming, but no one really did anything with it. And I felt like it was important to kind of do something with that footage and show that to people. I first made a full-length skate film called the EGC video, which was just awful. Because the whole process of that is, I mean, the skating's good, I'm not going to knock that. The skating's rad, like it's my friends who I think are the best skateboarders because they're my friends, and I see how hard they work for stuff, and I feel like I experienced their kind of struggle skating, I experienced that with them, and I film and I like to document it. But as a film, it sucks. Like, I didn't know anything about how to expose properly. I didn't know the kind of technical knowledge. I didn't know that. I was just learning on the job, basically. The Buszy is where we would spend 8 hours a day. Like, and when we're not at school or we're not working, we would be at the Buszy, which is on Eldergate. So we decided to go with the name Eldergate Crew, which is actually a rip-off of a crew in LA, of like a bunch of pro skaters that we kind of thought they were like the coolest skaters at the time, and they all lived on this one street called Warner Avenue, and they for a while called themselves the Warner Avenue Crew. So we kind of just like ripped that off and made EGC and then Eldergate Crew. The second film I made was called Get to Know. That video, I put that online to download for free. That's what every film now is like. Every skate film like that is online and you can download it for free. I'm just saying, I did that 11 years ago because I didn't really care about selling DVDs, and it was easy enough to do that, but I just wanted people to see what Milton Keynes had to offer in the spots and the skaters. I didn't care about trying to make anything from it, and to this day I've never made a penny filming skateboarding. So both of those films got premiered in Sidewalk magazine, which at the time was the biggest, I'm pretty sure it was the only skate magazine in the UK. And that was cool because I felt like I had done something, we created something worthy for that magazine to want to share and talk about it. One thing that I'm not too hyped on is that I told Ben Powell, the editor, not to credit me as a filmmaker, because at the time I foolishly thought I could go somewhere with skateboarding, so I just left that off, and now it kills me because I was never going to make a living skateboarding. The process between the two videos were a little bit different. The first video, it was kind of like no one really knew what we were doing. We all just had this 1 or 2 cameras, and they would just get passed around and you just film whatever, and like if someone landed the trick and you got it and they were in there somewhere, that's all that mattered. One thing I tried to do in the second film was show a bit more people's character and their personality, and we had there was little intro shots, and I thought I was really cool and arty by filming myself doing a front shove and this really like straight, like symmetrical centered frame, doing this really forced posing front shove, but it just looked there's a massive bin in the frame. There's like a dumpster in the, like, this is what I mean. I would never do that. 15 years later, I would never do that. But that's what I mean. I owe that to skateboarding, because I would never have learnt these things if I didn't do that. One of my favourite people to watch and to film was Joe Nobes. I always said he was like one of my favourite British skateboarders, and even now, like, he doesn't really skate that much, but when he does skate, he's just like maximum effort, like no warm up, just he decides he's going to try something, he's just like, I'm fucking going for it, and somehow he'll just do it. He's always good to film. What did he do? I didn't film it, but one of my favourite things is that switch flip tail slide over the gap, you know, the marble ledge. Making skate films, or even just making edits like consistently, definitely helped me improve as a filmmaker, probably unintentionally, because I still think now, like, the best way to learn anything is to like learn by doing, and by doing you make mistakes. So I have like pretty much 20 years of mistakes. And even now I'll film something, like it'll be a job I'm being paid to do, and I'll look at it and I'll be like, fuck, I should have done that differently. And it's just the same, but I was lucky that I always had someone to film, I always had someone to make these mistakes with, and if I did, maybe I didn't even press record sometimes, which happened, or someone would land the trick and I'm just like not paying attention. Just simple stuff like that. I don't think you get that kind of leeway or flexibility. If you go to film school, you don't get that. It's a lot more formulaic. Yeah, I think that having grown up filming skateboarding here, and just filming skateboarding being the basis of me learning how to use a camera and film and filmmaking in general, that has kind of given me something that a lot of filmmakers don't necessarily have. Like when I'm on set and I'm hired to shoot a commercial or a music video, and I'm a head of department, so I've got a big like responsibility, and people expect a lot of me, and I've got to manage a lighting team and a camera team, and I turn up with a skateboard. Like, people are just like, what the fuck is this guy? Why has he got a skateboard? And then when I use the skateboard in the way that it's completely normal to me to be following someone along on a skateboard. But when the producers or the directors look and they're like, this is fucked up, like this is dangerous as well, because they're just thinking about money, like if he drops that camera. But to me, I don't think anything of it. It's like, it's normal to me, and I think that's given me like a slight edge, or at least it's given me something unique as a filmmaker compared to other people. Particularly as I didn't go to film school, I didn't learn a traditional way. Even now, if I buy a new camera, I've got a new lens, and I live in London, so I've got a lot of places I could go and test stuff out, I'll still come to the Buszy, because I know my friends will be there, I know they'll skate. This is like 15, 20 years of me pointing a camera, you know firsthand, like pointing a camera at your face and you don't even know what I'm doing. Everyone just lets me do it, and I owe my career basically to the Buszy and to my friends that I grew up skateboarding with. And I still film skateboarding now.